Sneezes are a funny thing. Once you start, sometimes it's hard to stop. She had a son who inexplicably got ill and passed away. There's benefits to living a life connected to the work of God. In her case, it was having Elisha pray for her son. It was unusual how he did it, that he laid right upon the body of the child, face to face, mouth to mouth, hands to hands. And the child's body began to warm, and the child woke up. Elisha got up, and the first thing the child did was he began to sneeze. Apparently, being dead for a while had built up some contaminants inside of his nasal passages. I remember several years ago, maybe 15 or 20 years ago, I had a friend who passed away suddenly of spinal meningitis. I went in and I was thinking of Elisha, that whole scene. And so as much as I could, I sort of draped myself on top of my friend. I had this plastic sort of mask cover and put my face right against his face and asked the Lord to bring him back. Now, I'd like to say that the story ended the same way it did with Elisha, but I'm not Elisha, and I sort of had a flash. I guess it was a vision of the Lord standing next to my friend, kind of up to the left, about 20 feet away. Jesus was on the left side, smiling and looking at my friend Danny on his right, and the Lord just kind of shrugged his shoulders like, well, I'm not going to make him go if he doesn't want to. At the funeral, I shared that story, and Danny's brother, Paul, who was there, came up to me afterward and said, that's interesting vision you had. What side was Jesus on and what side was Danny on? And I told him, well, Jesus was on the left and Danny was on his right. He says, that's just so strange. He said, I thought I imagined it. He'd been in the room right before me, and he saw the same thing, except they weren't up in the air. They were right next to the hospital bed. Jesus comes and gets him, and the scriptures are clear that the dead in Christ shall be raised, perishable to imperishable. And so we have a reason for hope. And I love these stories of the Old Testament because they are sort of like signposts of what's to come, that the resurrection of the dead is a fact. It is our future. And like Elisha, we have something to look forward to because the power of God is here in the world today. God raises the dead.
I remember our victory